Have you ever wondered what it might cost to live and travel full-time in an RV? Well, hang on just a minute and we'll share with you what we spent on our third year on the road. Alright, so first off, I'm the Dave half of Dave and Diane Throwing Caution to the Wind. And way back when we were researching the full-time RV lifestyle, we read blog after blog and watched video after video, and we learned so much. So now that we've been on the road for a while, we thought it only fair that we try to pay back and pay forward in an effort to help others, maybe like you. So, to begin with, these are our numbers. This is what we spent. These are our thoughts. They may or may not match your numbers when you go full-time on the road. We all live differently. We all travel in different parts of the country, which makes a difference on campground fees and food and groceries. We travel in different types of vehicles. You could be in Class A's, fifth wheels, travel trailers, truck campers, pop-ups, what have you. We all wear different kinds of clothing. We all have different hobbies. So it really goes without saying, but I felt I needed to say it, that your expenses may or may not and probably won't match what we spent. But we're going to share with you what we spent. Alright, here we go. So I have some cheat sheets here and a spreadsheet up on my screen, so if I look away from the camera, you'll know what I'm doing. So to begin with, we traveled this particular year in a 42-foot Class A, and we pulled a Jeep Rubicon along with us as a towed. We normally like to travel 80 to 150 miles and spend a week, and then move 80 to 150 miles and spend a week. That's how we pretty much traveled during this particular year. We get to a location, we like to get on TripAdvisor, find the top 2 restaurants in the area, and that's where we would try to go eat. We'd go eat out 2 days a week, typically, and eat in the rest of the time. Our hobbies really are hiking and biking and museums, that kind of thing. So it gives you an idea, rough idea of our lifestyle. So here we go. So on the third year on the road, now I will say, I may not have said this before, this is our third year analysis, right? So we've done 2 other videos, our first year on the road, second year on the road. This is our third year on the road. We're going to go over here. And we have 8 years to go over. So maybe it's a good time to hit that subscribe and like button and don't miss any of the upcoming videos. All right, back to it. Our third year on the road, we spent $2,808 on RV fuel. So $242.33 on average per month. Now a little tip there, when we first researched our full-time lifestyle, one of the mistakes people said they made a lot was they treated it like a vacation. So they drove and drove and drove, and then they had to go back to see what they missed. So Diane and I decided we were not going to treat the lifestyle that way. We dedicated one full tank of fuel in our motorhome per month. And we had a 100-gallon tank, and we averaged 7 miles per gallon. So you can figure that out. But we said 1 tank of fuel, and that'll keep us from traveling too much in a month. And actually, we never usually even went through a tank of fuel per month. So anyway, third year, $2,908 on fuel for the entire year. Our second year, we spent $3,287. Our first year, we spent $3,787 our first year. All right. Jeep fuel, so that was our towed. The third year on the road, we spent $1,822. So we averaged $151.83 per month. Our second year on the road, we spent $2,109. The first year on the road, we spent $2,310. Groceries, the hardest category for us to stay in budget. It's almost impossible. Well, I guess I could increase our budget and be okay. But so our third year on the road, we spent $4,829. So $402.41. And back then we were budgeting $350 a month, so we were well over budget. Our second year on the road, we spent $4,893. Our first year on the road, we spent $4,420. So they're all pretty close together. So eating out expenses. Now this is anything. The 2 nights a week we go out to eat, if we stopped off and got a bottle of water or a soda in the middle of the day, if we stopped and got a candy bar, whatever it may be, as long as we were not eating at home, that's in this category. So our third year on the road, we spent $2,677. So $223.08 a month. And we budgeted $300 a month for eating out. So our third year was $2,677. Our second year was $2,890. And our first year on the road, we spent $2,639 on eating out expenses. Again, stays pretty even. Campground fees. Our third year on the road, we spent $10,511 on campground fees. That was crazy. Well over budget. But the first 2 years, so the first year on the road we spent $8,515. The second year on the road we spent $6,487. Third year $10,511. I think the first 2 years we really tried to live, to us, cheaply. We boondocked a lot the first year on the road. We tried to use Passport America. We stayed in some campgrounds that we really didn't care for to try and save money. By the time the third year rolled around, I think the novelty of trying to save money and live cheap wore off for us. And we realized that we had a certain lifestyle that we liked while we were working and living in a house. And we didn't want to give that up just because we're RVing. So we said to heck with it. And that particular year, we stayed at every top-rated campground we could find in whatever area we were in. So we took the gloves off and paid the price, and wow, $10,511. So the average cost per night that third year was $28.79. We set a budget when we hit the road as $25 per night, so we were well over on the third year. We had DirecTV when we first hit the road, and we spent $1,197 for DirecTV that year. Now, DirecTV, like any other phone company or DirecTV, Dish, whoever, every year they just inch up their prices. You know how it is. So I'm going to tell you what I wrote down here for our comments for that third year. So we were getting so tired of paying this much for TV that I made a call to DirecTV mid-November and had a chat with them. By the end of the conversation, I had our monthly bill dropped from $108 per month to $73, and we kept the same programming for the next 12 months. So I did promise that we would stay with them or sign a contract for another 12 months. And so that would be a savings of $420 over that next year. So, keep that in mind. As these companies increase their prices little by little by little, it just keeps on adding up. And if you give them a call and talk with them, there's a good chance you can have those prices knocked down, at least for a 12-month period, and then you have to go through the whole darn thing again. Phone and internet. So our third year on the road, we spent $1,937.87. Now, at that time, we carried a Verizon hotspot with us and had Verizon for our cell phone. And I think we were grandfathered in on a 30 gigabyte plan. So we didn't do a lot of movie streaming or a bunch of YouTube or anything. But still, $1,937.87. It's just too much money for phone or internet. But we feel like we have to have it. Mail service. So in our third year, we spent $210 for mail service. So the mail forwarding company we use, they charge us $120 a year for the service, and then we pay postage. So that gives you an idea what we did. Now the mail forwarding service we use is out of Oregon. Let me go through a few other numbers here that aren't on that sheet. So when we hit the road, we had 2 storage units. Not knowing if we was going to like the lifestyle, we might want to go back and build another house and get off the road. So we did cut that back on our third year on the road to 1 storage unit, and we spent $1,250 for our storage unit. Is that smart to have a storage unit? I don't think so at this point. 8 years on the road, we still have a storage unit. Trust me, what we have in that storage unit isn't worth what we paid to have it all that time, but we did it. Jeep maintenance. Like I said, we pulled a Jeep as a towed. We spent $1,320 for maintenance. We went through the fuel, insurance. Now everybody's insurance is going to be so different. I mean, your credit score makes a difference. What type of rig you have, Class A, fifth wheel, travel trailer, what year it is, so many variances. But we're going to share with you. We spent $2,300 for insurance on our motorhome and Jeep combined. And we do keep full-timers insurance on our RV. And we recommend that you do the same thing if you're going to full-time. Registration, Oregon registration was cheap. It cost us $366 every 2 years. Just so happens we paid that in that particular year. Motorhome maintenance. We spent $1,227.47 on our motorhome maintenance. What else here? Campground electric. Now, we didn't typically stay in places we had to pay campground electric. We stayed usually for a week at a time, and you don't pay electricity for that. But when we went back to Oregon to do the real life stuff, doctors and what have you, we would always stay for a month. And I think there was actually 2 places in that particular year that we spent a month each, and we spent $298 on electricity. Miscellaneous health and laundry. So, first off, we have, and we always have had, and we always will have, a washer and dryer on board. We do not like going to laundromats. And that's personal preference. Some people want the extra storage. Some people don't mind going to a laundromat. Some people have weight limitations on their RV or their tow rig. And, we're all different, but we carry a washer and dryer, so we don't have much for going out to a laundromat. And miscellaneous health would be anything like aspirin. If we buy Advil, or that's our shampoos, that's deodorant, that's laundry detergent, that kind of thing. So anyway, $321.32. RV clubs. About the only RV clubs we've ever used since hitting the road have been Good Sam and Passport America. Now we do stay members of Escapee, so it looks like here this was probably Passport America and the Escapees. $39.95. Motorhome goodies. Now motorhome goodies is, gosh, if we want to buy a patio chair, an area rug for outside, if we want to buy a barbecue, anything we just consider goodies will go in this category. Now we budgeted $320, but we spent $183.49. Clothing. Again, a category that's going to be all over the board for everybody. You know, we're pretty much shorts, t-shirts, hiking boots, socks, no dress slacks, no ties. I'm not even sure we even have a pair of jeans on board anymore. But we spent $970 for clothing. I'm pretty sure we probably each bought a pair of pickleball shoes, tennis shoes, to the tune of $100 a piece, and who knows what else, but that's what we spent. Entertainment. We budgeted $1,550 for entertainment, but we spent $3,393.43. So, also in entertainment, we consider bicycles. And we did buy 2 new bicycles that year. So, along with that, if we had to buy a tire or an inner tube, we put that in entertainment. Hiking poles, I don't care what it is. If it occupies our time away from home, that's entertainment. Household, so pots and pans, silverware, plates, anything like that. If you buy a new coffee pot, whatever. So household, we spent $273.88 on household. Now let me share some notes with you. Now each year we have little categories that we make a note on it, and then each year we watch how it changes. So a note here, I already talked about this, washer and dryer. We have a washer and dryer, and we have no plans of ever living full-time in an RV and not having a washer and dryer. Personal preference. Our third year comment for living on vacation mode. Again, we don't try to be in vacation mode. We'd go broke too soon. But our third year, we made comments that we did treat the third year a lot more like a vacation than our first 2 years, because we spent a lot of time in areas with national parks and national monuments and whatnot. So we were in vacation mode that third year. And our expenses show that, especially campground fees. I also said, once again, our travel days are pretty short all year. We did have a few more stops that were 5-day range rather than a week, but all of our travels were between 100 and 200 miles. Okay. Let's see, what else did I comment about? Hopefully I won't drag this on too long. I'll try and keep this quick. So our third year on the road, we stayed in 49 different locations. Our shortest day was 1 day, obviously. Our longest day was 30 days. And I think there was 2 times we spent 30 days in one location that particular year. Our cheapest day, of course, was 0. We're boondocking. And our most expensive nightly rate was $73.14, and that was at the Polson Motor Coach Resort in Polson, Montana, and that was over 4th of July holiday. Our second highest priced campground was $56.23, and that was at the Portal in Moab, and we spent 2 weeks there at that rate. Let's see, what else might be of interest? Huge parks and towns. We really have no desire to be in huge towns and huge RV parks. At least in our third year we felt that way. We pretty much stayed in towns that were 50,000, 60,000 and less. That was about the biggest we cared to be in. And our first year on the road, we said we wanted to stay in towns that were 30,000 and less, so we increased that some. Third year comment, we don't miss stuff. We just don't miss stuff. We had a house and a shop. We had stuff. Living in an RV, you better not want stuff. Third year comment, we still have clothes that we haven't worn since day one. Wow. But you know what? It all fit in the closet. It all fit in the drawers. There were no containers in the basement taking up space. So I guess that's no harm, no foul. Talked about the storage unit. 2 new bikes. I guess that gets us down to the end. So, all right, that shares some numbers with you. take it with a grain of salt. Again, that's what we spent on the road. Your experience could be totally different. But again, we're trying to pay back and pay forward what others did and that we watched and listened to during our researching period. And hopefully this might help you out some. So, hey, again, this is our 3rd year on the road. We, at the time of this video being made, we've been on the road for over 8 years. So we still have 5 more years to do videos on. And when we hit the road, we're going to do a lot more videos on travel. So hopefully you enjoy it. We really hope you hit that subscribe button and the like button and come back and see us in the next video. Have a good day.